I'm speaking about love and its power, love and its capability, love and its competence, because, you know, love is listening. And I realized that I was thinking in a way in which was unaligned to my programming. I had realized that through the lens and through the scope of these social media platforms, like all this external shit is trying to dictate how I feel about me internally. All this external shit is really trying to dictate how people feel about themselves internally. And it's working. To some degree, it's working. If you don't have any if we're not having any boundaries, any filters up for ourselves, we leave ourselves open and vulnerable for, I'll just say, like viruses to infiltrate our programming, to infiltrate our mind, you know? So I had to pull back and think about what I had done for myself earlier today. I spent of hours upon hours of spending quality time with myself and loving on myself, appreciating myself, valuing self, honoring self. We talk about that. And I'm just realizing that through these social media platforms that they're acting as like viruses and completely like rating people's programming and dictating how people feel about themselves. And like I stated, if we're not having the necessary filters and boundaries up, we're more than likely leaving ourselves open to be infiltrated, to be affected, or in this case, infected, by what someone has, what they obtain, their notoriety, their fame, their likes, their comments, their views. And it really hurts the genuine, true, authentic self, because your most authentic self is priceless. That leaves the most authentic self very vulnerable, completely unaware. We're left completely unaware that there is an authentic version of ourselves. There's a version of us that's completely and totally accepting of us, no matter the fame, the status, the notoriety. We know ourselves better than we think. I think this time is really calling, like beckoning and calling for us to really take some time to refurbish, replenish, reboot, and regenerate ourselves. I realized that I spoke out of alignment to how I really speak to myself today through just a couple minutes of surfing through a certain platform. And because of those boundaries, because of those filters, I was able to monitor, like, whoa, that's a thought that's unlike my own. And I had to check with myself. And it was upon the lines of love. I realized that there was a thought out of alignment. And through those filters, through my new programming, I pulled back. And I legit told myself, like, hey, the love you seek is within you. You know that. It's funny because I know this. I know this of myself. I know that I've been spending a lot of quality, intimate time with myself. And I've been working through certain impurities and insecurities. I knew that anything that I seek externally starts with the change and the work that I do to myself, for myself, with myself, internally. I say that to say we have to watch what we're consuming, because we'll find that without those filters and those boundaries for ourselves, we're really left vulnerable to feel inadequate, undesired, dissatisfied, unworthy. And that's far, very far from the truth. This time is calling and beckoning us to get acquainted with ourselves. I heard this quote once: to love yourself, because you're the person that you'll be spending the rest of your life with. And I find that what better way to attract externally a partner, a job, a home, a career, a friendship than to start with yourself. You know that saying, be the change that you want to see. And it's so cliche for a reason. Be that friend, be that partner that you wish to attract. If you run hot baths for yourself 3, 4, 5 times a week, you are creating a frequency, a flow, a rhythm. In essence, I don't think we realize there is an abundance of things that we can create. And we see it across these social media platforms, how things can easily be created, be seen, be watched. So I say that to say, for those of us looking for love, relationships, partnerships, friendships, to get into where we want that to stem from. Do we want it from a place of self-love, self-worth, self-devotion? That makes a hell of a difference in what you'll attract. We talk a lot about blazing our trail, about carving our path and creating our new reality. That change you wish to see, it starts with you.